Today I'm going to be making a piano emotional kind of melody for Trippie Red, kind of like his new stuff, exclamation mark, a love letter to you for coming out soon. But yeah, let's get straight to it. Okay, here we are in FL Studio. Typically when I make these melodies, the first thing I like to do is bump the BPM up to around 170, kind of 175, 165 between there. We're just going to stick with 170. And then we're going to pull out the best piano in existence straight out of Philharmonic. We're going to pull out a grand dark piano. Any second now. Any second now. Okay. Alright. So, I think what I'm going to do from here is just click in some chords. Just kind of go from here. Okay, for this one, I think we're going to do this in E minor. But yeah, let me just try and see what sounds good. And we're gonna, I think, extend this. Okay, so I came up with some good chords, like a bass for our melody. This is what that sounds like. Piano sounds really bad right now, because I really haven't done much to it yet. But give or take, this is what we're going to use as a basis for our melody. Next thing, what we're going to do is we're going to pull a bass from Expand 2. It's my favorite selection of realistic sounding basses, and we're just going to play out the root notes and lay them under the chords. I also think we're gonna pitch this up a bit so the bass doesn't sound too random. What I think I'm also gonna do is layer this bass, and cut the lows. I actually already did. Cut the lows out of 1. So we're gonna set this to channel track 5. Which this bass sounds like this. Kind of like a realer sound. So the combination of these together will sound really good. And in the mix, that sounds like this. So real quick, I just added in these little accents from the Bass One and Pilgrim Black Magic one-shot kit available on treesoundrecords.com for $50 right now. I'm sorry. But yeah, this is what that sounds like in the mix. Okay, what I also added in was some quick vocal chops to kind of spice up the melody. So this is what that sounds like. The reason for these vocal chops is to kind of add more emotion to it. I feel like this really catches the attention of the listener and can really make for a great emotional loop. One more thing I am going to be doing is getting a soundscape out of this pack that I have here. The soundscapes are kind of like background, kind of airy vocal. Here, I'll show you right now. I really like this one right here. So what we're gonna do is chop this up a little bit, do some EQing to it, pitch it down to the F sharp that the sample's in. And it sounds like the bass changes, so what we're gonna do. We'll see how that sounds. Okay, so I don't really like that one that much. This one sounds really good. Why don't we try this one? So you can really see how that fills up the background of the loop. It kind of gives the listener more of a feeling of what's going on. Okay, so there's nothing really more to be done. What we're gonna do is do a little bit of stuff with the piano, aka make it sound more real. So what I typically do, I know a lot of people like to do the strum, which is Alt S. What that does is strums your notes. I think that this is a very poor method because regardless if you're hitting the piano super robotically or strumming it, it's never going to sound like that when playing a real piano. So what I like to do is go to none here. So basically take off gridlock and move around some of the notes and do nothing too special. What this does is make it sound like they're not all getting hit at the same time. And I feel like this is the best method to do so. What we're also going to be doing is be randomizing, which is Alt R, which randomizes the panning a little bit, and you can control this. So that means hitting on the left and the right. The velocities. Don't go too overboard with that. But that's really what controls how hard the piano is getting hit, which is very essential. You can really hear the difference. What I did after this was made a section without the bass. Purpose of this is for the producer potentially using the loop. They don't have to cut out all this and lose what they have in the melody. Personally, when it comes to cutting out lows and melodies, it depends on the melody, but I'm typically against it unless it really needs it. So when I give them a melody like this, I don't want them to have to cut out that bass when they can just have this. Pro tip. What I think I'm gonna do now is do a little post-processing, change the pitch maybe, see how that works, but let me take you right over there. Okay, so here we are. As you can see here, we have Trippie Red Melody 170. So this is what that sounds like right now. Really simple melody. What we're gonna do right now is try some different pitches, see what we can do here. Not really feeling that. We can try F. Ooh, that's fire. So what we could try to do is the bass sounds really weird is the problem. What I'm going to do is go back into the original project file and change it up a little bit and put it in F. So I will be right back. So we're back with Trippie Red Melody 170. I did pitch it down in the project, so this is what it sounds like now. I see Trippie Red getting on that. I don't know about you guys, but what we're going to do right now is do a little post-processing. Per usual, what we're going to do is add a retro color on there and kind of just mess around with it. What I like to do is turn down the mix of the distortion a little bit, take out the wobble and the magnetic, and change the noise to 7.5, I think it is. Put the highs back in. Also, and that's really all it is to it. I hope you guys learned something from this video, or at least loved hearing the sound of my voice. But otherwise, my Instagram, all my socials are down below. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.